Wow, there are a lot of people walking. Are they walking to work? Guys, there are buses everywhere. Why are you guys walking to this bus stop? What the hell is happening? Welcome back to SimCity, everyone. In the last episode, well, let's not talk about what happened to Locktown. Everything's fine. As you can see, everything's fine. But we are building up our ore. Clothes need water. Okay. Hydro pumping station. Holy crap. Let's see, that costs 60% more and pulls 66% more water, which means it's better. Math. Okay. Yeah, that was one of the buildings that was added in Cities of Tomorrow, as you can tell from the little deedly boops down there. It's kind of odd that... that I didn't need to unlock anything there. Well, whatever. Okay, anyway. There, are you happy now with your water? How much extra are we producing? 13, okay. I didn't realize that the ore mines needed so much water. Makes sense, though. Alright, let's continue expanding our ore business. I suppose I will keep going this way for now. I think I plopped really badly on the mic there. I apologize. Because we'll put another mine right here where I'm circling the mouse once we've got enough cash. So we're doing okay now. Whoa. Wow. Immediately, like, I'm going to need more water. I'm going to need a whole pumping station on this one. Eventually. How much does a pumping station do? 80? Man, we're going to need a ton of water for this city. But that's okay. Once we expand our roads all the way down here, we'll have more water than we'll know what to do with. Just hopefully we can pull enough cash that we can do that. So the ore mine... Oh, it's closed. Oh, man. Come on. That could explain why we just ran out of cash for... Or, well... I think our profit was a lot better than that. I didn't think I bought too much stuff, but maybe I did. Each of these does cost some cash. Just 40 an hour, but I don't know, maybe it added up. Well, regardless, we need to start pulling more cash here in Lock Island. 45,000 a month. That's... Wow. This is... The ore mine is definitely paying for itself. Oh, that's cool. I like conveyor belts. All those conveyor belts moving is reminding me of the game Pharmacy... Big Pharma, which it wasn't my kind of game. It almost was, but there was something about it that I didn't really super like. I don't know what it was either. I think it was just... I don't know. I think with Big Pharma, I didn't like the competition aspect of it, because you were competing with other pharmacies, which is, you know, whatever. It was a business sim, but I don't know. Mayor, we have some reports of some crazy guy that calls himself Dr. Vu. Great. He can go screw himself, because I don't want to deal with him. Wait a minute. Would that have given me the good guy stuff? Shoot, no, I don't remember. Alright. I forgot that I can... Yeah, let's plop that there. Wow, that is like... almost obnoxiously close to the other sign. Can I... wait. Let's get that out of here. What's the name of this town anyway? Where else can I put this? Yeah, it's good enough, I guess. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Oh, I'm thinking of the mansion. I was trying to remember which building it was where you could upgrade, like, little decoratives. Because with the town hall, what you upgrade it with is departments, as you saw with Terratown. And I could not remember which building it was that it was just decorative elements. But that is the mansion. You can upgrade it with a helipad and I think with a swimming pool and your own personal tennis court. You can live like a freaking king. Look at all that ore. Tons of cash coming in. With tons of ore going out. delivered 60 tons of raw ore today. And the raw ore storage is getting pretty tight, so we need another delivery truck. I think that's all it needs, though. I just realized they're making this turn without the road technically being connected. Oh, because there is no road to connect. Okay, the vehicles are just smart enough to turn into the little driveway. Look at all that ore you're dumping on the ground. Come on, guys, get it together. That's money you're dumping on the ground. I know eventually we can smelt it too, but yeah, I need metals HQ. Need a bunch of stuff. I don't know if Lock Island is going to be the one that's going to be the mining capital, because even though we have a bunch here... Whoops. Wait. Did that say I just had to pull it up? Yeah, mine 96 tons of coal ore in a day. I can pull up 71, so if the pace is 71, why did you close? Garbage problem? Aw, come on, man. Alright, fine. Friggin' garbage bullshit. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Cannot draw a road through a placed building. Still have plenty of room for expansion. Okay. Are you happy? Are you good? Garbage coverage for neighbors. Nope, that's not happening. Oh. Man. That sucks. There we go. But because of the placement of my garbage dump, this ensures that my garbage trucks will pick it up from the ore almost immediately. Let's see how my little guys do. This is one thing I like about SimCity over City Skylines, that by looking at those numbers, I can kind of plan better how many garbage trucks I need, because I ran into that problem a lot with City Skylines where it always felt like I had too few or too many buildings that needed to run services. There was one episode of City Skylines where the dead were just out of control, so I wound up having to plop 5 cemeteries, and an army of 50 hearses were unleashed onto the streets. And that was the only way I could get it under control, and then I had to start deleting some of the cemeteries because then I had too many. It's kind of weird because it's almost like SimCity shows different numbers that help, and City Skyline shows different numbers that help, but they don't show the same numbers that could help me. Like with SimCity, as we saw an episode or two ago in Terratown, I didn't get a hard number on how many students were in the entire city. I could only see how many students were serviced, taught, I guess, or helped the previous day. I couldn't see how many there were in the whole town. But here I can with garbage. It just seems weird. Unless the numbers are there for education and I'm talking out my ass. I am talking out my ass. The student count is right there. Well, that's what I get for talking out my ass instead of actually clicking around to finding numbers. So, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about apparently, but I'm remembering. I am remembering. Okay, so it looks like the garbage trucks are fine. We might need another garage soon. It is, yeah, 7:14. It's pretty late. They managed to get... Did they get all of it? No, they did not get all of it. They missed 8 cans somewhere. That's not bad, though. 8 cans isn't bad. Okay, so I've been sitting here this whole time watching our budget roll up here. So I'm going to start upgrading all these roads. So, yeah, medium densities. This sucks that it's this clicky. It's a little bit better than, or a little bit better in City Skylines, the way they handle this. So I mentioned at the top of the series that part of the reason I'm doing this was I wanted to see how the game compared 4 years later. And I still think it's pretty decent, but I mean, I'm not changing my mind about it. I think City Skylines is a better game overall. But SimCity, I don't hate it. And that I was legitimately worried that I was going to hate it. And I don't hate it. I am having a lot of fun. It just did certain things that it didn't need to do, and it didn't do things it did need to do. Especially the way it was launched with the needing to be online all the time and the servers crashed and everything. I mean, it is what it is. Of course, there is something to be said about gamers. Gamers need more patience, I think, with games that go online only. Now, I'm not defending the decision to make a game go online only when it doesn't need to be. SimCity is a damn good example of that, because I brought it up before that one of the things that EA said about SimCity when it first came out was that it needed to be online because it needed the processing power of multiple computers to work. Which already sounded like bullshit. But then, like, it wasn't very long before someone hacked it and was able to get it to run offline, which just showed EA was totally wrong and lying to our faces. There's no excuse for that. But that said, servers crashing, I think companies deserve a little bit of the benefit of the doubt on that, because sometimes you just can't predict how big a game is going to get. There was, like, every major game that's come out, and I mean every major one, almost always crashes right off the bat because there's a surge of people buying it. Whether you're talking Diablo 3, I think even StarCraft 2, like Blizzard has dealt with it, EA has dealt with it, every MMO deals with it. But the one that really comes to mind was Pokemon Go, because Lena Krobeek, one of my favorite friends and fans, one of my friends. I don't have favorite friends. Anyway, she forwarded me an article from Polygon, I think, that interviewed some of the people who were involved with Pokemon Go's launch. And Nintendo budgeted a lot of server space, but what wound up happening with Nintendo was apparently literally 10 times as high as what they thought was going to be the worst case scenario. And so clearly they grossly underestimated how many people would be interested. And I think companies should have some slack for that, because maintaining servers for games and everything is expensive. And it's hot. Like, that sounds dumb, but if you know computers, I mean, you know how hot one computer can get, but you have entire server farms in these game studios that have to be in essentially refrigerated rooms because they get so hot that's the only way to avoid shutting them down. So you have these massive server farms in specifically designed rooms to deal with all the servers. Eventually, you're going to run out of money. Like, money is finite, even for a big company. And if you guess wrong the other way, and you drop $100,000 or millions or whatever into servers that aren't going to be used, then you're just throwing money away, and now you're sitting on all this hardware that you can't do anything with. So it's always a difficult balancing act. Now, with SimCity, given its EA, the fact that it took them over a month to get things stabilized and worked out, you know, there are certainly criticisms there. And again, I did get the game for free from IGN Entertainment, but even though I did that, like, I'm not saying EA is totally innocent, and I'm not saying EA couldn't have done better. All I'm saying is, at least for me, I tend to have patience with bad launches and problems with servers. I mean, I was frustrated more than anyone because I had a strategy guide to write, and I couldn't do it. I mean, I didn't have any special computer or connection into the EA servers when I did SimCity. I just had to deal with the same problems. But, you know, it all worked out in the end, and even though the game was less than well received, I thought that some of the criticisms with just the initial launch was unfair, especially considering that I thought the multiplayer aspect of this game was actually well conceived. You know, you see what they're going for. It just wasn't executed well. But I love the idea of cities cooperating with each other. That's something SimCity needed to give it something new. Now, if the launch had been better, and if you had had a single player option, I think a lot of that would have been swept under the rug. Or if they had done single player first and then added multiplayer elements, I think that would have been better. My entire problem with the way SimCity was launched came down to the way EA lied and said that, you know, that it was a technical limitation when it clearly wasn't. So, I mean, that was an intentional deception, and that was not cool. Not cool, EA. As if anyone from EA is listening to this. But anyway, it doesn't matter. All I know is I'm having fun with the game right now, and I'm enjoying it. And it's just different enough from City Skylines that I think they work better, or they work okay together. I almost feel like... Oh, that's cool. That icon was not there the last time I played. It's telling me what was already placed in the region. Man, that would have been useful elsewhere. Like, in my other game, in my other save file, that would have been super useful. Anyway, so... I don't know, man. I think there's enough room for both SimCity and City Skyline. I think City Skyline is the more serious one at this point, and SimCity is a little bit more casual. But they both work, and they're both okay. They're both good games. So far. Maybe I'm going to change my mind and hate this one by the time I'm done with the series. Alright, Department of Safety, Department of Tourism, Department of Transportation. Let's do the Department of Transportation. Because that way is so dangerously close to the road, ironically. What? Why are you idiots protesting? What the... Okay, all disappear. Fine. I'm doing so well in this town, I think I'll be renovating soon. Crime is terrible, so is... What? Okay. Alright, so now that we have the Department of Transportation, I can set up a bus route so we can get everybody from here down to the mines quickly. This is actually a good spot for it. So let us set up a street. Yeah, we'll start it here and we'll go like that. And now we can set up a bus station. Or bus depot, rather. Perfect. Now, set up stops. Here. Here. Ah, they can drive. And then... Yeah, I want to make sure there is plenty of... There are plenty of bus options and route options in this city. Even if it's a little bit more expensive. Yeah, I like that. There's basically one on every brick. We'll even put one in front of the mayor's, or the city hall, so protesters can come quicker. Yeah, okay. And if I remember right, that's all I have to do, right? Whoa, game. Now, shuttle bus is 3, right? Okay, so... Wait, shuttle bus depot? That's not what I wanted, is it? Helps your Sims get around the city. Shuttle buses stop here for low and medium wealth Sims. Park and ride. Bus terminal. Oh, that's what I wanted. I think. For larger municipal and regional buses, low and medium wealth Sims can drive here before taking the bus. Wait. Maybe I'm Wait, oh wait, the numbers were right there. 36 minutes. Yeah, 774 riders a day. Okay, never mind. So everyone's waiting. Oh yeah, and there go the buses. Okay. Okay, yeah. So this game is this bit is another example to me of how SimCity is more casual, because you don't get to set up the routes. You only set up where people get picked up, and I mean, it's pretty simple. If you have too long of a wait, like we do, we just add more buses. Whereas with Cities Skylines, if your buses were not running efficiently, it could be because your routes are bad. And you need to know. Like, you have to figure all that stuff out yourself. It's a lot more hardcore in Cities Skyline. And in fact, I've never mastered transportation lines in that game. Not as well as I should have. But anyway, that'll do it for this one. We are having several problems, and we might need to get a couple cops to hit the bricks. Wow, there are a lot of people walking. Are they walking to work? Guys, there are buses everywhere. Why are you guys walking to this bus stop? What the hell is happening? Oh well. Yeah, look at this. It's like a mass exodus of people just walking down to the mines. I mean, good on them for their exercise and their health, but good God. Anyway, that'll do it for this one. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow for another episode.